some of the really cool things in Element is around the ability to have this great uh, email communications. Well, it's not
Yeah.
just email, but we call them communications, and they have both channels, right? They have an email channel and also an SMS channel, and there's more channels coming as well that we have in the product roadmap. But campaigns is a very powerful platform as well, and very powerful tool rather. And here what we're seeing is I can first of all, the analytics that we're able to capture with campaigns. A lot of schools, what they do is that they have different emails, different campaigns, but then they have to look at each individual email to kind of see performance. So aggregate data becomes really difficult. And what we've
Mm.
done in Element is that we have, if you look over here, we have the ability to tag different campaigns, apply or yield, and we can create different tags, and those can be added to individual communications. And then based on that, what we're able to do is we are now able to give you analytics based on those tags. So
Mm.
now you can see your campaign for app push, which can go across multiple emails. You can see the open rates of the whole campaign and the click-through rates and bounces, both for email and SMS as well. So from year to year, now you can start comparing your campaigns and your
Mm.
tags and so on and so forth, which is really, really powerful. This is usually done afterwards in a data warehouse or perhaps a more robust product around data analytics. But here you have it right away within the same platform. Here's
Wow.
another one. Here's how Cornell Tech is using it. They're using their senior search and so on and so forth, different types of emails based on those tags. And then you also have folders, right? So folders and tags kind of work very similarly, but they're grouping this performance across different communications.
Now, is it speaking of just sort of reporting and whatnot, this tagging feature seems awesome. Um, can you also look like how easy is it to, I guess, run a custom report of like, hey, I want to see how let's say I'm a grad school again, and I'm looking at three different graduate programs, and I wanted to see how did these three different grad programs respond from a yield standpoint? Like, what was the data around their yield campaigns? Is there a way for me to like quickly kind of query something so that I can access that data, or how would I go about sort of like building a custom report like that?
Yeah, so there's two things in Element. We use what we call first is segmentation. So we try to find the audiences that you're talking about, and Element has a really really intuitive segment builder. So we just have filters in here. You can see we have different types of filters, things like attributes around program intended academic load or intended program, intended major, for example. And then we can just pull one of those programs in here, and now we can add additional filters, and we can go in and we can say, okay, how about activity information? So
Hmm.
rather than just looking at the intended major, we want to also say, give me people with an activity. And because we're keeping track of all of the users' activity, think about this as your Google Analytics, but now we know who the person is. Uh,
Yeah.
and we can take a look now here and we can go in and say, okay, give me folks who have viewed a particular page in my website. And you can go and do page URLs, or in this case, I'm just going to say anybody who has viewed a page at least one time within the last, let's say, 7 days in here.
Hmm.
And I can do those kinds of queries as well. And of course, I can get really deep in and kind of complex on how I perform these queries in here. And I found those 81 people. Now I can save this segment, and then I have that segment running all the time. So essentially, it's now a
Got
live
it.
calculated segment. And what I can do is, if I want to review that under my reports here, so under my dashboard, uh, I can now add a new card, and I can say, um, give me that segment that I had picked before, and now I want to group those people by a program in here. So application major, for example, and this way, this will now give me um, this will give me the ability to see it broken down by how many counts of those students I have based
Yeah.
on those programs. So very easily done through and getting this very quickly. However, we have another extension to Element, which is advanced reporting, where you can get a lot of the yield and sophistication of this different data. And I'll be happy to show you that as well. But that is one of the areas where currently it's not embedded within Element.
Okay.
But by the end of the year, it will be readily available, so you can actually see it from the dashboard.
Yeah, no, and I think we can certainly talk about that and show that off another time. I think I was just most interested in seeing, okay, how quickly can I build a list or get access to insights around a particular grouping of people that met, a certain amount of qualification. So what I love about this is it looks like it's really easy to build. Um, Lists of of people who have performed very specific behavior and get like a quick understanding of, okay, over the past 30 days, who has been a part of this Conflow, who's gone and clicked on to these 7 pages of our website, and then who also has clicked on a button that says apply but actually hasn't actually started an application. It looks like it's very easy to be able to query a list like that. And then see sort of a visual representation of like who those people are and where they fall within the context of the enrollment pipeline.
Exactly. Yes. So building these segments, we talk about marketing all the time. Like the three things that are important is pools, platforms, and narratives. So like pools is like who your audience is. Platforms is really about like your automation and how you get these things done. And then the narrative is your creative, or right person, right time, right message, right?
Yeah,
The second one is probably used quite a bit. Right person, right.
totally.